This is a message to all my supporters of this podcast. I'm introducing a new supporters program. You can contribute a small amount as a one-off payment to show your love for this podcast. Thank you in advance for all your contributions. Hi, this is Mark Hayward from the Absolute Business Mindset podcast and YouTube channel. So it's the next part of the Working From Home series, part 8. And I wanted to talk to you about the clear desk policy. So in the office before we went into lockdown, one of the ideas that we had in the office was that it was a clear desk policy, which meant that at the end of the day you packed everything away and you put it in lockers or pedestals or whatever, and you had a clear desk when you left. Now, what I've tried to do, and I have to admit, although this is a best practice, this is not my strongest suit, I must admit, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But what I think is every morning you should get all of your equipment, so your laptop and any sort of links or any sort of attachments to your second screen or whatever it is, you should pack it all away every evening and get it all out every morning. That's one reason, is because it gives you an end of the day. It gives you a closure for that day, and also it gives you knowing that once you bring your laptop out and your other connections, that means the start of your day. I think it's a really good practice to have, because I think it's something that gives you a start, a middle and an end of your day. If you found that you left your laptop out, it might be quite difficult if you came up later in the evening, you might want to just have a quick check or whatever. So I think it's a really good practice, and I think everyone should try and do it. I'll give you a bit of an insight into my desk and why it's more difficult to do so. So I do pack away my laptop. I log off on my laptop every day. And the reason why I do that is because any sort of extra work that I do for the podcast and stuff, I then get my MacBook out, and that's a clear division between my work and my podcasts. But the difficulty I've had with a clear desk policy is I've got my podcast gear as well so I've got my mixer, I've got my microphone, I've got my headphones if I'm doing an interview, which are all there or thereabouts, and it's not very easy to pack it away. I often then find that I've got a book. So I have a book for every different part of a notebook, for every different part of my life. So whether it's with my mentor, whether it's with work, whether it's with my ideas book, whether it's writing about podcast interviews, doing the research for them. So I've got a different book for each thing. So I tend to find that I've got a few of them dotted around. The other thing that's on my desk all the time now is my Wi-Fi booster, because I want it as close to where I'm working as possible. And I've got the second screen on. Now, I know I could be a lot more tidier and make it a lot more organised, and that's an ambition and a want that I would like to do. But then you find there's various wires. There's wires for charging phones, there's wires for the second screen, there's the wires for my iPad, my MacBook, and that's got all the different USBs. So I actually find that quite difficult to actually master. But I think we should try in this lockdown period, when you're working from home, to try and have a start time, and that means you get your laptop out and you start on your work, and then at the end of the day you log off your laptop and put it down, because I think it's a temptation when you're working from home to just keep on working, and you can just check your emails before you go to bed, or while I'm up here recording this podcast, I could just have a quick log on and maybe do one or two things, check my emails or whatever. But I would definitely advise not to do that. So I think all of you that are in this stage of lockdown where you're working from home, try and think of how to create a a start and an end to your time at work, just as if you were working in an office and packing everything away until the next day. It just brings a bit of balance back into your life, and it stops you from doing the worst habit, which is just keep on checking your emails when you're upstairs, or just doing one thing before you go to bed, or check a piece of software that you're monitoring or tracking, etc. So I think that is definitely the way to go. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Big thank you out to all of those new listeners that have joined me in these last 3 weeks. Hopefully you're enjoying this working from home series. Also, just for the long-standing people that have followed my podcast for a number of years now, for 2 years, coming up to 2.5 years relatively soon. And I hope you are enjoying as much as you did at the start. Hopefully it's got a little bit more professional and a little bit better. But yeah, just a massive thank you for all those people who are listening to my podcast. I really do appreciate your support. And if you need anything, then go to my website, absolutebusinessmindset.com, and contact us. You're more than happy to help you out in any way. So thank you very much to all of my listeners, and I'll speak to you soon. One last thing before you go, I just wanted to say that I'm taking on new coaching clients, business coaching clients at the moment. If you are interested, it will be on Zoom. At the moment while we're in lockdown, I'll arrange a time, and I'll get you a link and everything for a session. If you're interested, please do reach out to me on the website, absolutebusinessmindset.com. Go to the bottom, go to contact us, put in the message that you're interested in a coaching client. And I'll tell you what I'll do. For the first 10 people that give me a message, I will give the first session for free. First session's always sort of an introduction and sort of understanding your goals and things. So I will give that away for free for the first 10 people that do message on the website, absolutebusinessmindset.com. Down to the bottom, contact us, leave your details, and put somewhere that you're looking for some coaching help, and you will get that free session. Thank you very much, guys. Speak to you soon.
To make sure millions of people are getting paid on time and in compliance, ADP is staying on top of each new piece of legislation. So when it comes down to it, ADP isn't just a payroll and HR company. We're the company that helps you navigate complexity. Learn more at adp.com.